Hi everyone, I hope you're doing really well. My name's Evelyn from An Empire's Guide Book Reviews and Writer's Corner, and today I'm here to do a video I was tagged in called the Author Work in Progress tag. So I was tagged by Chandra from Mysteries of Writing, who has an awesome channel where she regularly posts videos about the writing process and also book reviews. And yeah, so thank you so much for tagging me, Chandra. I'm very excited to do this tag and to share my stories so far with you guys. So thank you for watching in advance. So the first question, what is your working title? So the working title at the moment is The Orb Seeker, ORB. Number 2, where did the idea for this novel come from? So this idea kind of came from me just imagining, I think, one night what it would feel like to be a princess, and then just thinking it would be so hard because there's so many expectations of you and you always have to be very proper and formal, and there's a code of conduct. So the first scene is kind of the main character, who's Princess Arabella, being called down to dinner, and she's lost her crown because she's crown princess, and she's searching for all these things, like through all this junk on her bed. Like, she's super messy and she doesn't care about being royal, and she always loses her crown. So it's kind of like about being forced into a role or a title that you don't feel like you're really suited for, or you don't really want, and that kind of alienation that comes from that. So number 3, which genre is your work in progress? So this is probably a young adult fantasy novel. The age of the main character is probably somewhere between 16 or 18, which puts it in YA. Number 4, which actors would you choose to play in the movie edition of your book? So I thought this was a really cool question, and I had a lot of fun looking up actors and actresses, which is awesome. So the main character Arabella has red hair, so I thought of Emma Stone first of all because I really like her. I like her acting, and I think she seems like a really nice person generally, and she's also a Scorpio like me, so that wins bonus points because I'm an astrology junkie. Or otherwise, Eleanor Tomlinson kind of looks a bit more like Arabella does in my head. She's got like long orange hair, she's kind of got that like freckly kind of look. For Oliver, who's the main male character, I chose Jonathan Bailey. I actually haven't seen him in any roles, but just appearance wise he kind of looks like Oliver, I imagine, like this kind of young, handsome, dark-haired man. And for Jemima, who's another quite prominent character, I picked Zoe Saldana, but a middle-aged version, if that's possible. Like, if they can do that to her face and make it look realistic, that would be really cool, kind of like dark skin and light eyes look. So that was my character casting picks. Number 5, write a one-sentence synopsis. Arabella is a princess of Starland's most powerful kingdom, the Jolliver Kingdom, and even though she's never wanted to be, her duty is to marry her horrible cousin Egbert after her 18th birthday coronation. However, the night of the wedding, Arabella runs away. She finds Egbert's dead body in the woods. What happens next turns her world upside down. Number 6, what are your publishing plans for this book? Like I said before in another author tagged video, I think, I'm not really sure yet. I haven't made concrete plans. I kind of like to just focus on what I'm doing at the time, and at the moment that's just getting the first draft on paper. Publishing won't even be the next stage, editing will be. But I guess I really like the autonomy that self-publishing seems to bring. You have control over your work, and it tends to be more expedient. Like, you can get your work out there much faster as opposed to traditional publishing. But at the same time, I'm not particularly good, I think, like most writers, with marketing themselves and their own work. So I guess the kind of marketing / promotion side of a traditional publisher would be helpful. But that said, I'm just really trying to keep an open mind about all options and trying to just feel, I guess, when I do reach that time, what would be the best thing. That went on a really long tangent, sorry. Number 7, how long did it take you to write the first draft? So I'm still writing the first draft, and I've probably written about a quarter of it, and it's probably not going to be an overly long book. Number 8, what other books would you compare this story to? I'm reading a book at the moment that is really feels quite similar just by coincidence to my story. It's called The Goose Girl by Shannon Hale, and I guess maybe also Alice in Wonderland, because it's kind of like about this one girl who explores this really strange and surreal world that she kind of gets catapulted into, and it doesn't really make any sense, and doesn't make sense for a long time. Number 9, who or what inspired you to write this book? I guess, like I was saying before, it's kind of the idea of feeling really alienated in your place in life, even though you're not really supposed to and there's no reason for you to, and just feeling like you have a personality that is at odds with either your family or your society or the time period that you live in. It's just kind of, I don't know, denying it at first, but then accepting it and then truly embracing that difference and that alienation. And because I love princess stories and maybe a bit feminine like that, I decided to combine the two and just play around with it, and it's been really fun so far. Number 10, what else about this book might pique a reader's interest? So if you like magical realism, if you like fairy tales, if you like magic that's a little bit strange and surreal, this book could be for you. Also, if you like female empowerment or female characters that really come into their own, this book could be for you. And also there are themes of social inequality like poverty, homelessness, things like illness, mental illness, and especially when all of these are a consequence of war and the greediness of governments and government policies that are in the public's best interest as well. These are all things that I find really interesting, so I hope that you do too, and even if you don't, that's really okay. Thank you for watching anyway and supporting me by doing that. I can't wait to get it out to you one day, and I'm just working hard on it every day. And yeah, thanks again, Chandra, for giving me the opportunity to do this tag. I really appreciate it. So in turn, I like to tag a few people who are authors as well. I don't know if you heard that, but that was my dog giving a groan in his sleep. Probably his little nod of assent. I'm weird. So the first person I'd like to tag is Lily Bloom, who is an author as well, and Jamie Dene. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this tag. I really enjoyed doing it, and thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and until next time, lots of love.